It's a double kill for Jim.
Oh my God, Jim!
Looking pretty good. It's gonna be a triple kill. Jim comes on fire. Jim comes on fire.
Angle, but couldn't land the shot. The dark scope, the two-piece! Oh my God!
Trató de darle ese respetazo ahí, consigue una pelota y rápido se voltea y se
ataque na marotagem, belo ângulo dele. For him, he's gonna be able to take out. Oh my God! Oh no! He was down to 1 second on the clock.
Pegou bala na cara do Master. O Omairinho vai tentando fazer o primeiro. Da estátua vai tentar o tiro porrada e bomba! Vem! Clutch muito difícil de vencer, mas...
Square on the body that you hit. He no-scoped Raballo right there. He no-scoped.
termina eliminando a Jackie, igual queda solamente positivo por parte de RP, consigue la primera baja en este round, se da cuenta que no
And we are back live for another day of Mobile Mayhem EU Summer 2021. It's your boy Verdict, back with some more action, giving you the hits. That's right, guys. And with me today, the man himself, DeiNomine. If you're not familiar with him, he co-cast the Mobile Mayhem NA with Bobby Plays. Guy's a legend. How are you doing today?
I think you might have oversold it a little bit, but I do cast NA with Bobby Plays, and today I'll be casting some EU once again. Been a hot minute since I casted EU. Back in the day, did some with flow skills, but a lot has obviously changed. So.
Well, I mean, this is the EU competitive scene, bro. It literally changes like flows around here. Matter of fact,
yeah,
I think
true.
we were having a conversation about like all the roster changes and all the teams disbanding and new teams banding. It is just it's like a scene out of a movie, bro. It's pure chaos right now. Nonetheless, we're still gonna have plenty of action for you guys to enjoy. So at the beginning of the day, I was told we might only have 1 or 2 matches, but we are actually gonna have a pretty decent lineup, 3 games, 3 series for the day. So we're gonna actually start with a little bit of stamina and Cold eSports, guys. That's right, Cold eSports back in business here in this competitive scene. Anarchy taking on VusionZ, Omniscient versus EXE. As we see, we get the players joining in for the day's game. I'm actually taking a look at everything that has gone through. Cold replaces Ultima. BK ROG forfeits today due to not enough players available. Mercenary, the team is affiliate, but they dropped. So Mercenaries is the same team that we saw in the qualifiers event. They have rejoined us just under a different name. They are no longer going under affiliate. But that is basically it. If you saw the giveaway for the figure sleeve thing, that was leftovers from Tuesday night's Battle Royale event that we had. So we're not doing a giveaway for the SXC figure sleeves. It's not a sponsored event from them. So no association in that regards. That was a bot rich drop on my behalf. Day, I'm going to get you in the room real quick. Are you? Yeah, you're invited.
Yeah.
Good deal. There we go.
I'm playing for Cold.
There we go. I knew it. I knew it. Traitor. You're supposed to be playing for Team Mayhem.
Traitor. Why? What's that? Why does everybody think I'm with NYSL Mayhem?
I don't know, man. It just seems like a befitting thing. You know, they say it. I gotta go with what the majority say, right? Verdict is wrong again. It's okay. I'm okay with being wrong. It's kind of a job now. You know, I kind of just fit the role. Verdict is in. That's right. I got my gavel. Making some noise over here. I'm ready to start the action. What about you, bro?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think there should be some good games ahead of us here today. There's a lot of really, really strong teams in EU. Even after the whole kind of disbanding incident. Just because I feel like there's a lot of teams out there, or a lot of players out there specifically, that are essentially trying to just form a super team to try to lock down that second Worlds place that's available for Europe. So
it is going to be a spicy one. You know, we already saw Nova secure the bag. They are going to be the regional champions. Moving on with a 100% buy, moving towards that stage 5. So everyone is kind of in like a panic mode. Players are being traded back and forth. Teams are getting dropped. Teams are disbanding. It is just, I mean, what can you expect? It's getting about that time. You know, it's about that crunch time. There's only one spot left. It's not like, you know, you can fit 4 teams in there. If you could, I would throw them in there. But at this current time, everyone's trying to get a piece of the pie, and honestly, it's looking pretty grim at the moment. I'm looking forward to the end result though, so you know, much less about that, more about the next matchup that we have ahead of us. That's gonna be Stamina and Cold eSports. I feel like this is probably going to be our treat for the day. Cold eSports, headed by Jim COD Mobile, who was formerly of Tragic, formerly of Affiliate before that, formerly of Cold eSports. You know, back at it again. He's got a few players that we're familiar with. Dark Wizard Tilt already in the lobby, Sav in the lobby. We're waiting for 2 other players for them. They're going to have to go up against a pretty stacked Stamina roster. Narcs, Ghoul, Inferno, Toby, and Rari. Denza joins the lobby for Cold, and that's going to be their 4th now. Best of 3 looking pretty sweet. Firing Range, Search and Destroy, followed by Array Domination. If I had to pick, this would probably be one of my favorite rotations. You know, you could swap out Summit at some point for, you know, another map, but you obviously can't play Raid or Firing Range twice. I'd pick Standoff, but as I say that, Standoff's actually one of those bad maps, so won't see Standoff or Crossfire there, Sparrow, or Death Machine either. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same, like, matchup, or Cold eSports stage 3 championship. So this is going to be a bit of a nostalgic feeling. Jim in the lobby, Lydia GG's. Oh my god, dude, this team is pretty stacked. Lydia from XOXO, Denza from Tragic, Jim from Tragic, Sav from Tragic, Dark Wizard Tilt. Wow, this is looking pretty sweet.
One would think. We'll have to see when we get into the game. I think one of the important things to make note of here is, obviously, the Stamina roster pretty content, pretty solid. No changes here. We know what they're capable of. Cold, a lot of really, really good names from the EU scene on this team. How much team synergy is there going to be? How much teamwork is there going to be? And that's a really important factor for this matchup.
I completely it's a stacked stamina roster. The only addition that they've made, as I'm looking at the roster, was the recent addition of Drari. Drari we saw Tuesday stream. He is probably one of the better players in the NA competitive or the EU competitive scene. Good God, I'm talking with Day and mentioning NA. I'm gonna take that L there. Any rate, P1 going to be opened up. This is going to be a moment of opportunity for Cold Esports to get on board, and we'll see how much synergy they got. I mean, they're not going to need much with Lydia GG's running around the map, slaying out. We've got Denza picking up 2 big kills. Inferno going to get some answers on Sav. But Lydia GG's, oh my God, bro. She is 3-0 at the moment, and probably racked up the most OBJ time, too.
Yeah, definitely one of the players that I'm interested in looking out for as far as the rest of Mobile Mayhem goes, because as far as things went for XOXO, Lydia and Neil like massively carried XOXO through the stamina, and oh man, who else did they play on Saturday? Stamina was the big one, right? So
yeah.
On Saturday it was all the Lydia and Neil show, and Sunday they did not show up whatsoever. It was Balance and Creed that really kind of kept them in. So I am a little bit interested to see if Lydia's been able to or is able to get through some of the consistency issues that we maybe saw in the past. Jim rocking the, what is that, the KRM it looks like? Yeah, KRM. Definitely a reasonable map for some shotgun use here. There's a lot of really close quarters gunfight capabilities.
I'm digging the Fennec usage from Lydia. Lydia has been probably one of the better players in this matchup for this Cold roster. As I see P2 coming down to an end, they're going to rack up a few points on the hill. They have a 15+ point lead. Jim going to be there for the contest. Dark's just absolutely violating there with the Bison. And setup for P3 is going to come through. I am super excited about the future of this Cold esports roster. Lydia, just give you a little backstory, based off the conversations I've had with Balance, she wasn't even a starter for the longest time. She was a sub on the roster, one because of the communication issues. I don't believe that she speaks fluent English, so literally when they first started playing with each other, they just let her slay out, and it just kind of worked. They made the addition to the roster as main here recently, right before Masters, and it paid off, dude. She is just she's a beast. With a Fennec. She's a beast with anything that she's using. As we do see the break come through for Cold Esports, is going to be cut shy. Denza going to be trying to make the push for the flank there, and it does look like the guys over at Stamina are going to continue with their lead, but for how much longer as Narcs, Drari, and team make their way onto the point, they're going to get a massive retake with the last 15 seconds on the hill to come through. Everybody from Cold Esports is going to be spawning new. They're going to be staying new, setting up for new, which is exactly what you would like to see in a situation like this. And P4 will determine if Cold Esports is going to be able to get back into this thing. They found themselves at a 33+ point deficit.
Yeah, pretty rough. Unfortunately for Cold, Stamina was able to pick up a couple kills with the Pred missile there, and they were able to get control of point. I wouldn't necessarily say they have control of spawns, but they had a couple second break there, and it actually looks like they're doing pretty good. Stamina playing, I don't know why Stamina played so far back there. They had a huge opportunity. Inferno gets a miracle spawn from behind. Jim is going to pick it up with a frag. And now it's Drari in on the point. Stamina filling up the feed. And they may be extending their lead once again, Verdict.
Yep, we're going to see multiple players spawning up top. Lydia GG is going to be one of those players making the push from the backside. Gets Inferno. That's a huge kill from Denza. They're going to be able to rack up, hopefully. Oh, come on, someone get on the point. 12 seconds left to grab, and they're desperately going to need it because you don't want to get into a position where you're about 30 points down going into this first point hill reset. What I got to say, though, is I was checking out everything, and I was like, man, who didn't ban Annihilators? I know I just call bans out, the Death Machine and the Sparrow, but I haven't seen an Annihilator all season yet. Seeing one now, just kind of like, oh man, are they using a ban operator? And then I checked and I was like, oh, of course, Death Machine was banned this time, not the Annihilator. So P1 transitions have been made, and the guys with Stamina yet again going to be back in control. 110 points of counting. The contest comes through. Sav trying to get some grab spikes, not going to happen. Lydia GG says, I got you back, homie. Picks up 3 in the feed, taking down Narks. As the last kill, School finally finds Lydia right there. Denza going to tag team up, and Toby and Ghoul going to be making their way on the point. That is going to be a tough one. 117 points counting. Stamina, obvious pick in this situation. Would love to see Cold Esports step their game up here, though.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it has been a very good game, but I think a lot of these rotations have just gone a little bit in favor of Stamina. Their rotations have been a little better. I mean, there was like one half of a push that I felt was a little questionable from Stamina because I felt like they had everything set up for them to exceed and excel at that P4 point. And they played it back a little bit, you know, even after the double pred kill and lost a little bit of time, but one way or another they maintained their lead, and we are within a full hardpoint hold of both of these teams closing the game out. Now, I will say that it's basically a full hold P2 for the side of Cold. While nearly impossible, it is doable, so I have to see what they're able to bring to the table here. We are out of single hardpoint cap for them by a solid chunk of seconds, so Stamina with a great contest. Now Stamina are on the point with more than enough time to close this game out. Only about 9 seconds to go, and Cold need to get a contest here, and I just don't know if they're going to make it in time to touch. Ooh?
It is not going to happen. Stamina is going to prevail here, 150 to 107. Started off competitive, got a little out of hand early on towards that P3, P4 transition, and I believe that's where Cold Esports kind of collapsed. You didn't have a complete hold on P4. They had an early break. Stamina did. And it was very difficult to recover from that. You know, P1's out in the open. P2 is exactly the same. And, you know, Stamina, the team who had already 110, 115 points going into the rotations, all they needed to do is just get a few points off of each, and they did. They take the bag here in game number 1. This is a best-of-3 series, so we're going to see a Search Destroy firing range, talking about stats and whatnot. 26-19 for Lydia. Huge first game in this Cold Esports debut. Narcs, on the other hand, 27-16. The OBJ department is definitely filled here in Stamina. Inferno, a minute 18, as well as 24-17 to go along with Narcs, who had that KD and a 54-second hold. That's pretty hard to compete with.
Yeah, definitely solid performance out of Stamina, but again, we know what to expect when Stamina comes to the plate. And I think they performed really well here. They didn't have a pushover team to go against. I mean, it is a new roster who's going to struggle with communication, with some, you know, minor things of that nature. Some team communication, some synergy, some just flat out, probably some ego challenges within the voice call, I would imagine, for sure. But, you know, definitely a good performance from both these teams. I would say Cold probably have a little bit more of a chance in Search, despite how strong of a Search team Stamina is. Just because I feel like all of these players individually, even if they haven't been on a team that necessarily excelled at Search, Jim, Sav, Denza, Lydia, all really, really strong Search players. So a lot of really big potential coming out of this next match. And, you know, I think as Cold kind of refine themselves throughout this season, there's a big chance that this could be a finals competing team.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I completely agree with that statement. These teams, or this team, is stacked with players that we're familiar with seeing in a top 3, top 4 category in the CUC. And as a matter of fact, Dark Wizard Tilt was one of those players that whenever I started casting EU was just instantly drawn to. The guy is a animal. He's an animal with a sniper. He is just a beast of a player. You got to stack with Denza and Jim and Sav. I mean, I could do away with Sav. You know, Sav's you know, we'll just say Sav is not you know, he's the fifth for a reason. He's in that fifth slot for a reason. I'm kidding, Sav. Sav is one of those players that we go back and forth. He comes in my chat. He calls me a snowflake. I ban him for a day. Call him a snowflake in someone else's chat. You know, we'll go back and forth all day. At the end of the day, we're still homies. Jim, of course, you know, the heart and core of this team, regardless of his performance, definitely going to help, you know, guide him to success as we're getting ready for a Search and Destroy firing range. I'm expecting to see Jim and Dark Wizard Tilt snipe. Gonna need some support from Denza and Lydia in the slaying department here. They're gonna be on the attacking side first, so they're gonna be able to set the tone, set the pace early, and from there it's really just gonna depend on their execution.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be a good series ahead of us. I mean, again, I think with as new of the roster as Cold is, I think they're flat out across the board going to struggle in some departments. Even, you know, again, they're all individually strong search players, but, you know, kind of deciding, you know, when you have a whole new roster, there's going to be some trial and error period, right? Of, you know, who's going to be IGL and, you know, who's going to fill what role. You know, do we have someone who's going to be a dedicated AR player who's going to play back and play D, and you know, who's going to be your submachine gun primaries, who's going to snipe, you know, things of that nature. I'm definitely thinking there's some moving pieces on the side of Cold that we may not, as well as they may not know yet. And Stamina, again, this is a battle-tested, ready-to-go squad that we know what they're capable of.
Alright, this is the test, and I'm reading in chat from Jim. Jim said, we haven't even scrimmed yet. This is their first game on. So that is pretty impressive. I got to give it to them. I would assume the comms are a little shaky. That's, you know, obvious for new teams. Jim going to get on point. Go ahead and get that bomb planted as Ghoul and Inferno go down quickly. Lydia is traded as well. It's a 3v4. 40 seconds on the clock. Already looking good. Cold eSports gets the bomb plant down. Not even wasting a moment of time. And we're going to see Toby taking some heat. Dark Wizard Tilt with the snipes. Gets the shots to land. And 1v4 scenario for Drari. Not looking good. Jim gets him with the KRM. Looking pretty good based off that first round.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of talent on this roster specifically for Search and Destroy, and I think they showed up and showed out in a big way here off the bat. They bounced back from a hardpoint loss and come through with a first round win in Search and Destroy. But even though they pick up that round, there's still a lot of gameplay ahead of us, especially, again, in Search and Destroy. You have that fresh reset between every single round, which, you know, can take away from what you're able to accomplish. It's a lot harder to snowball an opponent in Search, and that's where we see it there. Stamina, they bounce back, and they are ready to put up the big fight.
One all split as we do see Stamina able to snag around there. We're going to see a little more conservative push. Sav holding back wood. Inferno going to be dropped. Lydia picking up 2 big frags, opening the gates on this A site. No trophy to help secure this A bomb site plant as Narc's going to be there. Narc's going to be taking some shots onto the bomb site effectively, leaving Lydia and Dark Wizard the last 2 alive. Drari picking up 1. Lydia's going to be weak. AS Val, just a beam. Not going to be able to get Lydia there, but yeah, Narc's had other plans as he does secure that kill. Dark Wizard's going to be able to get that first frag. It is a 1v1 situation. Bomb is down on the A site. The play is a minute left. He can collect the bomb and rotate, collect the bomb and hold this heady. Gets the trophy down. Drari is going to peek. 1 shot. Gonna go ahead and get the trailer push. No!
Oh, no.
That was unfortunate.
Disaster strikes for Cold. He had every right to win that gunfight and just didn't peek the corner tight enough. Took him a little too long to get his sights lined up, and that's going to be a kill going over to Stamina. Also, the ego challenge, pretty real there. I think he makes up for it on that shot, but I don't know. You know your opponent's half health. You know they're not going to challenge you on bomb at that point. Go for the bomb plant and then play your D, you know?
Absolutely. Oh my God, Dark coming through with the crisp snipes, picking up from that last round. And as I say that, Achman coming through with the raid. Achman, you're too OP, my guy. 43 raiders in counting, bro. Absolutely love you, my guy. Dark Wizard is AFK. I don't know what he is doing, but it doesn't seem like he is muchly needed in this situation. Sav, this is all you, buddy. Dark Wizard literally, okay, I think he's back. It literally looked like he was, you know how like when you lag out of a Warzone? Oh my God, Dark, three-piece. When you lag out of a game in Warzone, it just keeps you running straight until you finally get disconnected. That's what it looked like was going to happen, but Dark Wizard coming through in the clutch in that particular instance. A little bit better from last round. Obviously, the ego challenge. I mean, it was one of those situations where you were, you know, I guess he could have played a little bit more patiently. But I mean, when the opponent's one shot like that, you're gonna expect to push it and get that kill. It just didn't pan out that way. Denza gonna be the last one alive in a 1v4 situation. Gets one, but is instantly traded. Ghoul gonna be there to spoil his opportunity. 3-2 lead in favor of Stamina. They're gonna be flipping sides. We're gonna see the attacking strategies from them. If Stamina pull this game out, that will be the end of this series. If Cold eSports somehow manages to take a W here, we will go to a domination on Raid.
Hey, bot.
Yes, sir.
Can you turn off the music on stream?
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry, guys. I thought it was down way lower. My bad.
I thought chat was trolling you at first based on who was saying it, but then I unmuted the stream and I was like, oh my goodness.
I couldn't hear it in my ear set, and I was like, man, maybe it's a little lower. Maybe it's good. And I was wrong. Bomb's going to go down B, and we are going to see Stamina
my goodness.
getting violated. Jim picks up one. Jim's traded. Inferno going to be there to take out. It's going to be a 1v1. Toby and Dark Wizard tilt. Dark Wizard is weak. Doesn't get pushed here. Shots are going to miss. Toby going to fire his SMRS and play time. This is what we're talking about when we're saying playing time. You don't have to be completely aggressive. Just, oh, Dark Wizard, good play. And we're going to be all tied up.
Yeah, it was really well played by Dark Wizard there. Didn't over-challenge on the hard corner. Went to play bomb angles and was able to pick up the kill. Obviously, a pretty safe assumption that that side room is going to be a defense point for the bomb. And calls it right. Gets the kill, Fennec in hand. And, man, Dark Wizard absolutely killing it right now. 9-3.
As he should. We're going to see 2 on the A side immediately. Oh my God, 2 players going to be dropped early. 3v4 scenario. Gem with the sniper in hand. Going to be overlooking this B bomb site. Going to get some help from what it looks like. Not going to be able to contest there. Bomb is in the midst of being planted. He is one shot. Narc's going to go ahead and get the shots, or the bomb down. Ghoul going to get the trade. It's a 2v3. Dark Wizard and Jim going to have to tag team here to get this round. They need it desperately to take the lead. Can't give Stamina any more rounds, in my opinion. Once they get to this 4 marker, it's going to be difficult for them to overcome. And as I say that, Jim drops. 4-3 scenario. Lead back in place for Stamina. They're looking just like we expected to be in this search and destroy. We'll see if they'll be able to close it out here, as we do see only 2 more rounds are needed.
Yeah, and I am definitely hit or miss on how much shorty play we're seeing so far. I mean, you know how much I hate secondary shotguns, so
Facts.
you know how I feel about that one, but it's coming through pretty strong so far in the competitive scene. The one-shot range potential of the shorty is actually kind of sick, but it's gonna be Dark Wizard picking up 1 before Durari slides the corner and picks up the kill. 5-3 going in favor of Stamina. And again, this is why I was saying, while Cold have a chance because they have a lot of strong search and destroy talent on the team, there's a lot of strategy and teamwork that goes into search and destroy, and that's definitely where I think they're lacking a little bit. Obviously, we've had Jim in chat saying, you know, hey, we haven't even scrimmed. This is our first series, and they haven't been doing bad, but Stamina have been doing better.
The bomb has been planted.
Indeed, Stamina showing why they are one of the top forces we recommended this competitive scene. Lydia going to peek the containers area. Lydia's going to be taken down. Denza going to get a trade. Narc's going to get him. Toby and Narc's going to be last two alive. The push towards his B site going to come through. Dark Wizard is weak. Jim tried to push up aggressively. Gets a hit marker. Narc's not going to go down easy, he says. Does follow up. Gets one. Toby going to be there. Gets blasted. What a shot from Jim.
Like I said, those secondary shotguns are pretty punishing. The shorty coming through for Jim in a big way here. And that's going to keep Cold in the game. There's an opportunity still for us to see a game 3. And they've already won 4. All they've got to do is win 2 more.
Defend the objectives. They have the bomb.
Yes, indeed. This is a moment of truth here for this Cold eSports roster. First games on stream for the Mobile Mayhem. I'm not sure if, you know, they haven't scrimmed ever before together, or if this is their first game on today, or if this is the first game in, you know, in actuality. I don't know what the context is behind that statement. Lydia going to come through on the flank, picks up 1. This is going to leave my guy Gould in a 1v5 scenario. Takes down 1. Sav going to go ahead and get the kill there to conclude that round. We're all tied up. We're going to be flipping sides. Cold eSports, is today your day? We're all tied up. We're in round 11. They're going to be on the attacking side. This is going to be a moment where, are we going to see a game 3, or are we going to see the 2-0 from Stamina? I've got money on Cold eSports right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an opportunity, but with Narcs picking up a first blood onto Dark Wizard, it's not ideal. Sav does come through with a refrag, but taken down by Inferno. Inferno then finds Lydia. Jim, you gotta hit those shots, my dude. Oh, and then gets a hit. Oh no, he got the kill. The feed, like, bugged out for me a second there, and then when the next kill came in, it showed me it got him. But so good shot from Jim there. That's gonna be a 2 versus 2 now. We've got Narcs and Ibot on the side of Stamina versus Denza and Jim for Cold. Jim does have the bomb in hand. They've got about a minute to push up into a plant position, and we do see Denza and Jim are playing quite tight together, whereas Narcs and Toby, they've obviously got a job to defend 2 different bomb sites. They're going to be playing sound cues, and I imagine they're both probably going to start rotating over to A now as a couple wallbang attempts come through out of the guys over at Cold. The rotation's coming through. I'm surprised Jim doesn't have the plant down already.
He is going to go ahead and push that site, get the bomb down. 45 seconds are going to be back on the clock. Now, Narcs and Toby taking down Denza.
Jim, you saw him!
Jim sees Narcs not able to hit the shots. Going to be just holding inside of this trailer area. Narcs going to be playing the aggressor. Oh, this is tough to watch, bro. Jim going to be taken down. Doesn't get the shots to land there with the shorty. And Stamina are able to secure the 2-0 dub. They're going to be awarded 20 points. And, man, that was like one of those underdog moments where you wanted to see a Game 3. I desperately needed to see a Game 3 in this series. Fortunately, we don't get it. Stamina just too OP at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's going to boil down to, while Cold have a good roster, Stamina have the level of synergy that's been built for an entire Masters season, and also a lot of these guys have been together for quite a while anyway, so you know, definitely a strong team in Stamina. XOXO did upset Stamina in the Masters finals, and Lydia was part of that process, but not having quite the search and destroy game as she had last time, only 5 and 10 this time around. It was really heavily the Dark Wizard game, to spectate here. 13-8 for him. The quick scope shots he was hitting were absolutely disgusting, as expected. And very, very close round 11 for both of these teams. And I would have loved to see a domination. I think we were both cheering for the domination. And it's not going to happen this time, but there's an opportunity later in the season. Maybe we see it again.
Maybe we will, but today is just not that day. Still like 3 or 4 weeks left of the season. There'll be other opportunities for them to come through, as today was in fact their first debut on stream. So super excited about Cold Esports coming back into the mix. Super excited about this new roster, including Lydia, Dark Wizard, Tilt. These are just absolutely cracked players in combo. Once that team synergy come through, I would expect them to do some great things. We're going to get geared up for our next series, but before we do that, we're going to hear a word from COD Mobile. And then we're going to go ahead and start our first segment of the Ragox interview, guys. You don't want to miss out. Shows face cam. Guys, very handsome fella. Don't miss out on that. We shall be right back. Mobile Mayhem interview of the day, we have the luxury of having none other than Ragox from BK ROG eSports. Ragox, how are you doing today, my guy?
All good, bro. Kind of tired because I just got home and I stopped playing since 5 p.m. But yeah, I'm tired. That's
Man,
all I can
he's
say.
hanging in there. He's a true champ, bro. Let me just set the stage for you guys. Right now, it's 5:33 for me. For him, it is 12:33 Central European time. So I appreciate you for taking this time out to, get this taken care of. All for the content, man. I know you guys are going to enjoy this. Starting the interview out, I wanted to ask, not necessarily too much of a personal question, but tell me a little bit about Ragox. Tell me about your nationality, where you come from, what kind of environment that, you grew up in.
Yeah, I was born in Venezuela. I'm 19 years old. Around 2 years ago, I came to Europe. Yeah, I've been playing COD Mobile since it got released. So it's been a while that I'm playing COD Mobile and mostly competitive games. Yeah, I've been through competitive games by all my life actually. Yeah.
So tell me, what were some of the first games you started off with? Like, what game really put you on point for playing competitive as a kid? Like, for me, it was Halo. I played a little bit of Halo, and I got into the Call of Duty series when that time was right. But what about you?
I remember, like, my father used bought me a PC, and I don't know CS 1v6. I was like 8 years old, and then 2012, I think it was when CS:GO got released. I stopped playing CS:GO daily. I mean, yeah, I daily playing CS:GO around 2015, 2016. I was in like, I don't know how to describe it, but I was with Anarchy company. I mean, I play with them, but not professionally. But I was in the academy to CS:GO in that moment. I don't know if you know the company, the organization.
NRG, like the letters NRG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with it. So that's wild, bro. That's a crazy way to get your way onto the scene. Now, speaking more about competitive gaming and whatnot, was CS:GO like your first competitive game that you went to, or did you go professional in that, or is this the first chance that you've got an opportunity to compete at a T1 level?
In a T1 level, yeah. After that, then I came to Europe. Well, I passed to North America, to Canada actually, and then I came to Europe and started playing Clash Royale. And I got many times playing it, but I didn't get anything. But at PUBG, yeah, I got T1 level, but it was not like this. I mean, I wasn't known, to be honest. I didn't do anything at PUBG, so I moved to COD Mobile when it got released. and yeah, I play on NA called Mobile. When it got released, I play for Cygnus. Actually, the actual Cygnus, ARP. I don't know if you know them.
Oh yeah, I'm very
I
familiar
play-
with ARP.
Yeah, Rock. I played for them for a long time. That's why I don't know. Sometimes the people think that mostly they don't know me because I went through the two services actually, like through NA and now Europe.
So what was that process like? Because I know Cygnus. Cygnus is a big name in the competitive scene, and I'm very familiar with ARP. They're an up-and-coming competitive team as well. Reign of Killers I'm also familiar with. I don't know if they've ever been like as well known as Cygnus or ARP, but they're definitely a team that I recognize. Tell me, what was it like transitioning from that particular point? Because I mean, that's huge. Not many people could say they played on two servers. I know Ferg made a transition where he lived in. Didn't he live in the Tribe Gaming House for a little while? Like, and then he moved out. I knew that was a transition for him.
Yeah.
Like, what was that like for you? I know, being from Venezuela, obviously you want to be, true to your roots, but you got to work with what you have, right?
Yeah, it was like I didn't sleep anything. I mean, I just woke up at 7 p.m. Obviously, I got my payment and because I also was because the lockdown, so I had free time to do whatever I want. So yeah, I didn't sleep anything. I woke up at 7 p.m. and I stopped playing the whole night. And I remember like sometimes falling asleep at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So it was another life. Like I was completely known by the community there, like Latin American community, but I didn't get that I get, like all the time that I spent, all the things that I did there. So yeah, I mean, now on Europe, I came on Europe like in August, the last year, August, yeah, and I never stopped grinding, like I had passed through T3 teams, T4 teams, T2, T1. Now I'm on a team. I mean, we made a team recently, like this week, and yeah, it's gonna be fun, to be honest. Like I never stop. I try to do my best. I try to find people with the same mentality as me. So that's the thing that I will say to my sons, to be honest. Like when you
Never
love
stop
something,
grinding.
yeah, when you love something, never stop. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's a wild story. I would have never thought if I hadn't asked. So, crazy story. Going back to my roots, I'm very familiar with the Cygnus organization, the ARP organization. So it's kind of wild that you came from, such a diverse background in Call of Duty Mobile. Now we're getting to see you exhibit your abilities here in the EU scene, which we'll touch on a little bit later on. But I really just want to stop and thank you for taking this opportunity. We're going to end this portion of the interview. Stay tuned as we're going to get back to some games, and we will conclude this interview after this next series. So, guys, I appreciate you. Great time with my guy Ragox, just an absolute humble being. Absolutely loved it. Anarchy and VusionZ going to be our next series of the day, as you can see from the screen. It is going to be a good one indeed. This is probably one of those matchups that I'm expecting to see go to a bit. As we're getting geared up. Hardpoint on Raid is actually where we're going to start off, as I do see the best come through. Followed by a standoff domination if we're fortunate enough to see that game 3. Anarchy banning both the Sparrow and firing range map. VusionZ Annihilator ban and Crossfire for obvious reasons. Nobody likes Crossfire. At any rate,
Just say that Crossfire Dom.
Yeah, well, yeah, Crossfire Dom, bro. It's still better than Summit Dom, but that's not saying much because Summit Dom is just. You what?
I firm disagree.
Okay.
The amount of advantage you get in Crossfire having a side start is just unreal. It's unreal. The spawns are incredibly difficult to flip. And from C-side, like halfway through your push to B, you have, even if you get far back spawn on C-side, like halfway to B, you're in grenade range, you're in tactical range, you're in SMRS range. You get a backside A spawn, and it's like an extra 6 or 7 seconds before you're anywhere near being able to affect anything going on B. And that's what makes that very strong is just the extra time it takes to get from an A side spawn to B than it does from C.
That's a fair point. I could see that being, one of the reasons why you would hate it.
Also, you have a pretty straight shot to B from C side spawns, and from A, it's like there's like this building in the middle that you've got to go around. That was a big difference maker. That was a big difference maker in the weekend for a lot of games in Masters.
I could completely agree with that. However, I still feel like Domination on Summit, it's such a condensed map. Your game doesn't really develop. Everything is like traded back and forth. The map itself is decent for hardpoint, but Domination just I don't know. Everything flips so fast. There's really no consistency. You obviously have to depend on map awareness and gun skill ability. Whereas things like nades are a factor, but you get trophies and points where you can be sneaky with. It's very intricate. It's a map that requires way too much effort in. Crossfire is if you're pushing for that C site, you have an opportunity to get that flip. You just have to win that deli site first to be able to push up, and then from there you can coast by on the B site in my opinion. But it requires a little bit more strategy and a little less panic in my in my days of casting Domination Summit. It's just one of those game modes that can be very toxic. And we're gonna get into this first game of this best of 3. Anarchy and VusionZ are in the lobby. We're ready to start it off on a raid hardpoint. Absolutely love this map. For everything. I love it for Dom. I love it for a hardpoint. I love it for Search or Destroy. We'll see how they do here. Creed, Viri, Kike, and Head for Death, Miney all in the Anarchy squad. Fibble, Maxu, Raptor, I'm not even sure. Denisian, Fahim are going to be on for the Fusion side. And T1's going to be opening up. We're going to see Fahim actually get the first point on Hill. Creed going to be there to contest. Creed going to be taken down, but is taking Raptor with him. 4-man up Laundry. It is looking like a retake might come through. They're just having to plan this strategically.
Yeah, for anybody in chat who's asking. Oh no. Oh no.
This is not good, bro.
No, that's rough. That's
bad.
Rough. Kills already came through, so this game is locked in. And that's a big oof. I guess this is a good time to go ahead and answer the question in chat where Imperium is. Imperium is doing a PUBG event today, an opportunity that he couldn't really turn down, so that is why you have me. I'm sorry, I'm not as easy to look at as Imperium. I don't have as sexy of an accent as Imperium.
You're not from Georgia, so you really can't compete with
Right,
Imperium
right. I mean, yeah, just
in that regard. So
yeah.
Oh man, this is tough. So yeah, game 1 is going to be a DQ. That is a win to go in favor of VusionZ, as the guys over at Anarchy leave the lobby not 100% sure what the situation was there. We had the opportunity to go and join VCs, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do it now. Obviously, we're going to be jumping in Search and Destroy Takeoff. We don't listen in on that, so Anarchy's going to have to find a way to win this second game. What happened, bro? I wish I knew. I desperately wish I knew.
Yeah, I don't know. That was pretty rough. That was I don't know. I don't know.
Feels bad.
Maybe they used something that I didn't see. Maybe they used something that they knew was banned, so they just went ahead and took the
Yeah,
forfeit.
but at the same time, you still got to stick into a game, regardless
Yeah.
of that. Well, I mean, if they knew they were gonna lose, so why not? You know, if it was gonna be a DQ, it doesn't matter. But what happened to Imperium? Imperium got abducted by PUBG Mobile. Just say that. That'll be the answer to that question. Any rate, search and destroy, take off. You know, it's you said it yourself last night. It's a reskin on the stadium map from Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1. Yeah, there we go. That's what I meant to say.
Stadium was Black Ops 1 DLC, and Takeoff was a reskin, and also DLC for Black Ops 2.
There we go. So we'll see.
Never included in the main game because it's terrible.
It's completely trash. Was there any like really good DLC maps though?
You know, that's a good question. I'd
That
have
is
to
a
pull up the
phenomenal
list to
question.
remember what ones were DLC and which ones weren't.
That'll be a Google answer.
That's
Call
what
of
I'm
Duty
doing right now. That's what I'm doing.
There you go.
right
I
now.
heard the type and I was like, yeah, this dude's definitely doing his research. We're gonna get started up. Game 2, Search and Destroy, Takeoff, Anarchy, DQs. Game 1. Not 100% sure why. Yep. So after that first kill, once that first kill comes through, regardless of what's going on, can't leave a game. So Head for Death actually disconnected, and then everyone in that instance left the lobby. So super unfortunate. It is definitely not a way you want to start this series off. Regardless of that, you know, they're going to have an opportunity to not Search and Destroy, Takeoff. We saw Miney Tuesday, or last week actually, on Thursday, get an ace on this map with a sniper. I'm super excited to see what he does here, as he will be rocking the DLQ holiday skin. Probably one of my favorite legendary skins in the game.
Defend the objective.
Yeah, definitely got to see something come together for Anarchy here. They go down, unfortunate game in the hard point, and we'll be moving on to try to push us to a game 3 at this point. You know, 0 points on the board currently if they don't win the game here, but if they at least win this, no matter what happens in game 3, they walk away with at least 5 points for the day, which later in the season could come down to be a difference maker. So we'll see as we get on through if they're going to have the potential. Obviously, you and Imperium slept on my boys Anarchy on Tuesday, and had to eat your words on that. So that was pretty nice. But what, Max? That was, I don't even know how. That was wild.
Head for Death, last one alive for Anarchy. Might have slept on him on Tuesday. Right now, they are getting slept on in the biggest fashion. 1-0. Almost a perfect round. I believe Fahim was the only one that dropped for this VusionZ roster. We'll see if Anarchy is able to come through and take us to a game 3. It's going to be on the backs of Anarchy actually executing their strategies here, as they got kind of held up in this first round. I don't know if that's you know, their way of trying to, you know, feel out this VusionZ roster, or if it's just, you know, how the round played out. Nonetheless, we're gonna see the aggressive push. Creed gonna get the first kill on Denicio. Veery gonna drop. Head gonna drop. Fibble picks up 3 big ones with the Holger. Gonna pull out the shorty to conclude the round. Creed gonna be one shot. That's it. 2 rounds in a row for the guys over at VusionZ.
Get ready for the next round.
Yeah, VusionZ off to a great start here in what is an unfortunate game 2 already. Hopefully Anarchy are able to bounce back here again, especially after not seeing a hard point. You know, we want to at least see the 2 matches between these teams, right? Like, no favoritism picking here. Like, we just want a good game to come through. And right now, Fibble is just absolutely killing it. 5-0 currently. Max with another kill, picking up Creed there. Gets the hit marker with the DLQ, pulls out the 1911, cleans it up. looking for another shot on the Miney there. Oh my goodness, he's gonna find it as well. What a shot. Max kind of on fire right now.
Yeah, Max is one of those players that are lethal with a sniper. Very going to be on the top side of this A-bomb site. Staircase, P2 area. Fahim and Max going to tag together and then split apart. Going to try and divide and conquer. As we do see Viri get pushed. Viri gets bodied. Max picks that kill up. Kike going to get the tray. Kike, one of these key players that we saw in Tuesday's games, going to be taken down. Fahim going to pick up the frag. Hetty gonna be there to answer. First round gonna be our first round for the guys over at Anarchy. A much needed round is you definitely don't want to let this thing get out of hand too early. 2-1 as we're going into this fourth, and I do believe this is an opportunity for that momentum shift to come through for Anarchy. We're gonna have to find out as the push for this B site is what Kike wants. 4 players gonna be heading towards that A site. Kike's going to be on his own. Viri going to take down Fahim. That's going to be a big opening frag for the guys over at Anarchy.
Yeah, Anarchy need to turn this around in a big way. It's search and destroy. They get that fresh reset every round. Oh, you got to hit that one, Max. But it's going to be a couple kills picked up there. Dennison also falling as well. Fibble does get 1 refrag, but it's falling apart heavily for his team. Now stuck in a 1 versus 4. Up against the likes of Creed, Head for Death, Miney, and Kwee. So, I don't know. I just, yeah, as I say, I don't know if that's really a lineup that you want to be trying to 1v3, and
I mean, with
it is going to be
with Kwee on the other side of the board, you definitely got to be worried. He is
oh, Head for Death, Creed,
dude,
come on,
Head for
you
Death
can't
is
sleep on
OG,
these
bro.
guys.
Oh, definitely not. 2-all, as this is going to be the last attacking side for Anarchy. They bit the bullet the first 2 rounds. They have managed to pull through strongly in the next 2. Had 4 players left alive, 3 players actually. Oh my god. Kwee. It's Kike, I'm sorry. I don't know why I say Kwee. I think I heard you say it, and I was like, oh my god.
Probably because I said it.
Yeah, I heard you say it, I was like, that's hilarious. I got to call him Kwee now. Kwee does pick up that first one in Raptor. Mighty gonna get traded as well, so it's a 4-all. I'm very at a question. Why was he there with the bomb? It's very questionable. We're gonna see Maxu pick up another one. He is 5-2 at the moment. 7-2 for Fibble, who has been popping up. Oh my! Max get lasered. Headshots from Viri. Creed gonna collect a bomb. They're gonna make their push over to the back alley side of B, and a 3v3 will ensue. 49 seconds left on the clock. We'll see if the guys of Anarchy can take the lead before they switch sides, or if VusionZ is able to secure this round. Looking a little more even than we saw last round, so a little hope for both teams.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. Creed picks up 1 there. That's going to give Anarchy the 3 versus 2 advantage. Head for Death. Good rotation behind Denny there. Now just Fahim in a 1 versus 3, and he is not quite going to make it. Veer able to pick up the kill, and that is going to be the lead now in favor of Anarchy. They may have the lead, but they need to find 3 more rounds against another incredibly strong team here in the European scene. If they want to push us to a game 3, have a chance to pick themselves up at least the 5 points off the back of a forfeiture in hardpoint, and maybe even the 15 if they're able to find domination as well.
We shall see. Bomb going to be in the hand of Denicio. Fibble holding staircase of this P2 area. Little bit of conservative plays and whatnot from the guys over at VusionZ as they're slowly but surely making their way over to the site. Fahim going to try and open the door for Denicio to get this bomb plant down. Viri has other options or other plans for Raptor. Fahim going to be in danger, but does get the hit marker. Miney comes through with a finish. Fahim takes down Creed before he goes, and Denicio and Maxu are going to be the last 2 alive in a 2v3 as we do see Denicio take down 1 and Hetty. Kike going to be there to take down Maxu. Not going to be able to live that much longer as Denicio gets the refrag. Viri and Miney 2v1 scenario. This is surely the opportunity for them to clutch up another round. They've got 3, need 3 more. Take us to a game 3. 3-3-3, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that is the case. It is now a 2v1. Once again, Denny versus Veer and Miney. We'll have to see if he's able to clutch this one up. Otherwise, it is going to be a 4-2 lead going over to the side of Anarchy, which, I mean, again, no favoritism here, but definitely cheering for the boys over at Anarchy right now. You have Denny getting the plant down right now. He'll have an opportunity to defend, and this is the best opportunity he has because he can try to force the side of Anarchy to play a little bit out of their comfort zone in the sense that, you know, hey, these guys have 30 seconds on the clock where they need to find a defuse. Well, Miney's going to find the kill. Almost a alongside rotation coming out of Denny there, but not able to get it through. And that is a 4-2 lead for the side of Anarchy.
You know what? I was not questioning that flank at all. As a matter of fact, I was kind of encouraging it. It was one of those moments where if he had played it a little bit more conservatively, he would have been able to get a sneak pick on 1. Unfortunately, he was spotted by Miney before he could even get into a better positioning. So 4-2 situation here. Maxu, 1 shot. Oh, does he get the wallbang to follow through? Veery, no, he does not. Raptor going to be right here, taking some shots. The ass foul, not going to be enough. Fahim able to pick up 1. It's a 3-all. Fahim on fire at the moment, 6 and 5. Fibble hasn't done very much since the first 2 rounds. 7 and 4 is we've seen him at 7 kills for the longest. Head for death, picking up a big frag as he takes down Fahim. Max going to be taking some shots on. He is going to be able to recover. Not going to have the location to head for death, but it's not going to mean much because he's already relocated. And Fibble and Maxu going to have to do everything they can to clutch this 2v3 situation. Got plenty of time, so I don't have any doubts for them. Fibble has been popping off recently. One of those players with the whole grid hand is a lethal combo. Maxu, obviously, we've seen his abilities with sniping. His shots hit, they hit. Veery, oh man, if he had spotted Veery right there in the top side of that B bomb site, it would have been devastation. But that COD timing coming into play, not going to help him out. Kike goes down to Fibble. That's a huge opening frag. 35 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to start making their way towards the site. As I say that, Fibble is going to actually push back into this A building.
Ooh.
Maxu gets the shots to land on Veery. Didn't spot him first. The first time around, spots him and makes him pay that second time around.
Yeah, definitely a good shot from him. It does force Head for Death into a 1 versus 2, and the bomb is down. Kind of a similar scenario to the last round, but Head for Death gonna get the kill onto Fibble there. It's now a 1 versus 1. He's up against Maxu.
Oh,
both players taking
what a
shots, but
challenge.
Head for Death gonna make it through.
Wow, why do you peek that again, Max? Like, all you had to do was play time and play conservatively there. That was a, you know, questionable judgment call there. That was one of those times where he had top control. If he would have just stayed prone, he could have probably, you know, bought a few more seconds. And he could have pushed out towards the end, but the ego challenge is real. Max drops 5-2 now, as Anarchy looking to take us to a Game 3 RO match point.
Yeah, looking to be the case, and again, I think this is the outcome, you know, both of us as well as probably just about everybody in chat wants as well. Nobody wants to see a team go down 2-0, especially off the back of a forfeiture when you have a player disconnect in the middle of a hard point, or well, rather at the beginning of the hard point. And Max gonna find the kill onto Miney. That's gonna really kind of seal the deal, in my opinion, here for this matchup. It's a 5 versus 2. It's just Head for Death and Creed, and you know, I definitely don't want to say I'm sleeping on Head for Death or Creed, but I mean, let's be real here. It is VusionZ. They're not a bad team by any standard, and well, it's a 5 versus 2. You know, so
I mean, you can't paint any, you know.
30 seconds on the clock. They need to find 5 kills. They need to find a 5-second defuse. I mean, just
a lot of
the
factors.
odds are not with them. Yeah.
Denisio going to be able to, oh my god, get turned on. Creed picks up another 14 seconds. Maxu, get bodied. Creed, head for death. Getting the bomb defused, but Fibble says, absolutely not, my friend. Picks up the last 2 kills in dramatic fashion. That almost went south quickly for VusionZ. They were literally handed around and almost botched it. Fibble, with the deep concentration, was able to come through and pick up those last 2 kills, taking out Head for Death, who was trying to get the Ninja. Didn't happen. Big round.
Well, unfortunately for Head for Death, he was trying to actually hop up onto the balcony there, and just for whatever reason couldn't get the hop up, which he would have came up right behind Fibble. Fibble was prone, facing bomb side. That would have been a free kill for Head for Death, and that's who ended up clutching there at the end. But yeah, almost a giant clutch for the guys at Anarchy. Still have a little bit of a cushion. It is 5-3. With 3 players alive on both sides. So even if they go down in this round, they have an opportunity to turn things around. Head for Death, he is going to get a couple shots in, does avoid the sniper shot on his way out. It'll remain a 3 versus 3. You can definitely hear they want him, though. They are looking every time he crosses the sight line. That is a shot that they are going to take. You have 1 kill picked up by the side of Anarchy there. Couple bullets once again coming from Head for Death. Just an aggressive hello. Veer finds Fibble, and that might be it.
That might be it. Fibble has been a staple piece to this VusionZ roster here in the Search and Destroy. Picked up 2 big frags to open the round off as 2 players from VusionZ dropped early. Veery gonna be spotted. Fahim says, "I got other plans. Not today, my guy. We're gonna get this round. He's gonna collect the bomb." It's a 1v2 scenario, much more manageable than a 1v3, but that last kill gave away his location, and we do see Kike and Head for Death. They are on the prowl. Bomb is going to go down. No, it's not. Fahim going to get one at Heady. Oh, Kike! That almost didn't go in your favor, bro. If Fahim would have collected himself a little more quickly there, he might have hit that shot, but, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda, didn't happen. We're going to a game 3. Kike clutches that round up. Anarchy are taking us to a game 3, and man, this is turning out to be a stout matchup. The hardpoint obviously lost due to a forfeiture, DQ for him leaving the lobby. Very unfortunate. Head for Death disconnected, and you know you can't blame Anarchy for that situation. No one wants to really play a 4v5 situation, so maybe they did us all a favor and just left the lobby because no one wants to see 4v5 in a hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean, especially in this level of competition where you have 2 teams that are very potentially even. I mean, this was a good search and destroy through and through. 6-3, not really any super convincing rounds for either team. If you want me to be blatantly honest with you, I mean, yeah, 6-3 doubled up on the opponent, but excuse me. How many of those rounds came down to 1v1s or 2v1s or near clutches, you know? So definitely been an exciting day so far here for we're going into our first game 3 of the day. I think is this our second game 3 of EU Mobile Mayhem?
This is. We saw actually the same exact scenario early, the first day of the stream. We had a forfeit in game 1 of Hardpoint due to a very similar situation. And the team that forfeited that first game actually went on to steamroll the next 2 games. So they just absolutely destroyed, I believe it was Bunker ROG eSports.
Which is funny because then the next game 3 was Anarchy versus Bunker ROG, if I remember correctly.
That's right. So it is started to be a pattern here, right? Forfeit the hard point, you can win the next 2 games, right? We'll see if this this situation pans out for Anarchy. I do believe Fibble and Maxu are going to be the key factors here in this this domination matchup that we're about to see, if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look at it. It's going to be Domination Standoff. This is a phenomenal map. This is the second time we've seen a third or Domination Standoff be the deciding factor in a best of 3. Coming down. Oh, what happened? Not 100% sure.
In game or in chat?
In game. It looks like we're starting a new lobby. Well, no, looks like
Are you sure? I'm
Fibble's
trying
trying to start it up. He's the lobby host now. It looked like Fonta's disconnected. That stuff. Come on, Fontas, get your stuff together, bro.
I'll be all right.
All right. To set stage, we've got Anarchy in chat or in Discord, so we will be able to listen in to Anarchy's VC for the next game.
All right, there we go. Fibble got it all fixed.
Perfect, Fibble, you're the man, bro.
Ouch. Yeah, definitely excited for this matchup. Obviously, we had to see the search and destroy. We didn't really get to see much of the hard point, but domination, definitely going to be an exciting one between these two teams. I'm actually a little bit interested to see if Max respawn snipes at all at the beginning of a takeoff search. Looked at the map and I got the wrong one. Let me pull Discord back up real quick. Domination standoff. Definitely a lot of potential for, trying to make an early B push if you're able to, pick someone out of top blue or out of top bakery or off the truck head glitch or the box on the opposite corner, so a lot of sniping potential in the early phase here. So have to see if he brings that to the table. I definitely think Max is a player skilled enough to respawn snipe, at least again on, a first push or two, but...
Oh yeah, one life snipe would definitely be an ideal situation, especially for a player of Max's caliber. He's a vetted Mobile Mayhem player. He's been in multiple seasons, last season, the season before. Just really hasn't been, on a team that I could say provides him the best support. I think this is the best situation I've seen him in. Fahim's a phenomenal player. Fibble, we saw him. He went 12-6 in the Search and Destroy. Literally cracked. Raptor, also a player that we've seen pop off. He played for Philly and last season was one of those standout players at times. He was just an absolute beast. Him, there was a few others that Raid. I mean, that affiliate roster from last season was, it was 18. It was not 18 plus, which is the reason why we don't see that same team here. Actually, as a matter of fact, as soon as everything went Masters at 18 plus, I believe they disbanded. But they were electric, bro. Raid. They had Raptor. They had a few others that were cracked. They had Skirt, which was another one of my favorite players. Yeah, his name was Skirt, literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot on the line between these two teams. There's a solid difference in points between picking up this win and the loss. 5 if you take the L here and go 1 for 2. 15 if you go 2 for 1. So we'll see what they bring to the table. Anarchy, I think, is definitely a team that, I don't know, I would say people sleep on in the sense that I feel like a lot of the players on Anarchy get a bad rep and people call them overrated, but this is a good team through and through, so we'll see what they're able to do. They're filling up the feed right now. They may be able to get the B if flip. It'll actually be pretty interesting to see if they end up going for a spawn flip to A. I know a lot of players consider A to be the strong side on this map. And actually, I got to give a big shout out to Raptor there. I think he came through the quad with the KRM there.
Yeah, Raptor popping off of that quad, or that quad kill from the KRM. Hetty, or Miney rather, going to try and get this flip to come through. He's the only player there. Finnick in hand, going to go ahead and secure it, but is not going to be enough to stand, as 3 players are going to be right there at it. Body shooting coming through from Maxu. Absolutely love it. B only about 10% pushed. Predator Missile comes through, and this might be an opportunity for Anarchy to go ahead and get the jump onto this B site. However, they're not going to be able to capitalize. 3 going to be pushed to the spawn site. Maxu gonna get taken down, and A is going to be pushed yet again from Anarchy.
Yeah, still anybody's game, as it looks like the triple cap might be coming through from Anarchy. They find the triple, and this is a big opportunity for them to turn things around. Miney gonna find one onto Max, Fibble, and Denny gonna get the return frags. And it looks like C is gonna go in favor of Why am I drawing a blank here? VusionZ, yeah. Sorry guys, I have not casted enough EU, okay? Like, I'm trying to... I've seen these players on so many different teams, you know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Absolutely.
Trying to remember what team name it is now.
Bro, I do this often. I mean,
we
right there with
just
you.
had, what,
here every
5
Tuesday,
teams
Thursday.
disband in EU the past couple days? Like, I don't know if I can be blamed here.
You know what? It's definitely not you. This is going to be a perfect opportunity. We're going to jump into the VC of the guys over at Anarchy, hear them sound off as we're getting to the conclusion of this first half. Definitely want to hear the comms and call-outs from them as the A side is going to be pushed in again.
You want to see?
I'm pushing B, I'm pushing B.
It doesn't matter. If you can't push up, just leave it. Leave it. Just gonna hold it.
Whoa, let's go, baby!
Nice kick here, come on.
Red core, broken, pushing broken. One more. Broken.
Broken.
Sprung.
Broken dead.
Granny's top.
Statue.
Dead.
Broken.
Stop grannies.
Whoa, calm down, bro.
Grannies, he got me. Top grannies, push down. Dead.
Front broken.
Nice, good job, good half.
That's inside, grandma. Good job.
Good half.
Oh, nice.
Good half. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Bro, I hate that you missed that. That was just like them coming up. How did we not have perms for Day to get into that VC?
I couldn't tell you. That's not my job.
Ronenbot, get on your job, my guy. The celebratory.
He's working on it. He's working on it.
Working on it, bro. We're already done with it. Come on, man. That was.
His Discord's freaking out. It'll be all right.
Let me paint you a picture, bro. It was some perfect IGLing. I heard, if you can't push it, fall back. We'll hold this site. It literally clear direction in every call out. A little bit of celebratory comms from the guys over at Anarchy after that first half, which was, starting off a little bit rough, but ended very, very well. The triple cap came through, and they were able to take a 15-plus point lead. Now, second half, about halfway capped on B, looking fairly decent as VusionZ trying to stay in this thing. Have prevented the B cap from coming through so far. Going to take down Creed there. Denicio utilizing the death machine very well.
Yeah, and just a quick reminder for everybody in chat, just in case if you haven't learned your lesson about doubting Anarchy enough yet. Not an overrated team. They are here playing in Mobile Mayhem. These are all players that played in Masters, and you are sitting on your couch watching them play. So, firm reminder there. And they have about a 20-point lead. They have the B cap taken, but Fibble with a big triple there might be enough to make the reflip.
Enemy has B.
Raptor comes through with a big triple on the death machine there. As well as Max looking to get the jump up secured. He ends up finding the head of Creed in the window of blue, and he may be looking for a spawn flip here, but Veer gonna slide the corner, picks up that one with the DRH. And
It's a close one, bro.
we're not in triple cap territory, so
It could go either way, but however, I can't say that Anarchy has done a good job of holding map control. Miney going to be spotted right outside of this deli, and even before he could make a push towards the B site, going to be prevented. Oh my god, Fahim, you're a menace. You're going to be pushed by 2, and that's going to be unfortunate. The back alley push comes through, and initially, I don't know what that's going to lead to, as 2 players going to be pushing towards spawn site. Fibble going to have a good hold on this market building. Top side, Kike trying to make something happen on this tractor side. Not a lot of map control for Anarchy. Smoke comes through, and they are going to be able to get this cap. That is going to be huge, as we do see Viri holding point. Raptor going to be one shot. Raptor gets the better of that trade, and Raptor's going to live to fight another one as 2 players spawning back towards A. This could be an opportunity for VusionZ to get back in it. Picks up 2, but the head for death, Hunter Killer is going to take him down. That might do it, as the game is getting closer and closer to its complete. I am thinking that the trophy comes down. Viri going to take down 2. Oh my, Viri with the big kills. That is definitely going to nerf VusionZ ability there to get onto that B site. They had 2 players ready to jump on. but are going to be stopped. Fahim is lagging big time, bro. He was not even moving, and that might do it. Anarchy looking like they are able to secure game 3. Head for death. Pulls out the Finnick. It is an absolute laser. Game 3 does go in favor of the guys over at Anarchy. Not calling it too soon here, but this is triple cap territory indeed. Gonna need to do it for the remainder of the game to come back, and it doesn't appear as though that VusionZ is going to be able to make that happen. 150 to 128. We saw the triple cap in the first half. We saw a phenomenal back and forth in the second half, and a great way to end that series as Anarchy does clip VusionZ, takes the games 2-1 in this series. They will earn 15 points. 5 points will be awarded to the guys over at VusionZ. A well-fought effort, just not enough to overtake Anarchy there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a big game. It started off looking pretty decent for the side of VusionZ. They had the double cap on B. They had a 15-point or so lead. But again, I mean, you look at the talent that we have over here on Anarchy, and as well as many of these players have played together on teams past. There's a firm amount of synergy here, despite being a, I guess what you would call a relatively new roster. So, pretty epic game between the two teams. By no means was it one-sided. The Search and Destroy as well was 6-3, and all of those rounds had any opportunity to go the other way. I mean, it came down to a lot of 1v1s at the end. But overall, when it came to the domination, we just had a little bit better play from the side of Anarchy. And, you know, I didn't get to hear it, but it sounded like you were mentioning, as well as chat mentioned, that the comms were just super clean on the side of Anarchy. And that's a really strong thing to have, especially in a region like Europe, where there's so many different languages that are spoken. That, you know, I know one of the issues Jim was mentioning with Cold is the language barrier with Lydia on the team, trying to adjust to that. So having good, clear comms is a definite strong suit that Anarchy have going for them.
That indeed. They have the synergy. They've got the talent. They got the abilities to do great here. Take this series. I'm starting to think if Hetty didn't disconnect in game 1, would they have been able to get 20 points from the series? I mean, 15 is great and all, but you're in a division, or not a division. We don't have 3 divisions anymore. You're in a scene where, you know, the points matter always. And, you know, I'm not saying 5 points is going to make a difference, but it's really big when it comes down to the end. Determine where you go in the semifinals and whatnot. At any rate, we're too early in the season to be talking about that. And, phenomenal job from Anarchy, able to recover here, taking the last 2 games. That first game, obviously, a forfeiture. And, yeah, I think this is probably our closest series. We did see the 0-2 or the 2-0 from Stamina and Cold. I was so desperately wanted the game 3. So sad we didn't get to see it, but I am super excited about where they're going.
It was close. It was very close.
It was very close. Huge potential in that Gold eSports roster. Obviously, that language barrier going to be a factor with comms and whatnot. As I said earlier, you know, when Balance and I talked a while back, he mentioned Lydia's performances and how great she was, even with a language barrier, you know. But she was a sub for the longest because of that. And when she was put on main, dude, they just seemed to pop off. And I'm not saying that she was like the key player in that roster, but she definitely
on Saturday for sure.
On Saturday for sure.
Masters?
Oh, for sure. All right, we're gonna get geared up for our last and final series of the day.
Real quick before we do that, I do want to ask, since we have Veer and Shark both in chat, and maybe some other pros, what is the worst domination map to play? Is it Summit or is it Crossfire?
All right, we're gonna leave you that. We'll leave you with that question, guys. What is the worst domination game to play or map to play? All right, while you guys are putting your responses in chat, we're gonna go ahead and take a moment to hear from COD Mobile, as well as the second portion of the Ragox interview, guys. We'll be right back momentarily.
second portion of today's Mobile Mayhem interview. Back again with Ragox. We talked a little bit about the EU competitive scene in past interviews. And, I think it's only right if you get a say-so as well. So we've seen the competitive scene here in EU just grow tremendously, tenfold. Talk to me. When you made your way onto the scene in August, what was it like to get recognized, as well as what were your thoughts on the EU scene then compared to now?
Compared to now, when I came to Europe, I never expect I started with the Spanish community because obviously I speak Spanish and it was easier for me. So I started with them, and I never think that it's been having. I mean, the community has been having like a lot of community tournaments, but like these kind of big organizations going through, So I never expect that at all. So yeah. Also, I think one of the best things that I have done is is keep it with my people. Like if you have some friends that they what I said on the first file of the interview, if you have people with the same mentality as you can do everything you want. Like not everything you want because obviously, many issues on the life, but like people with the same mentality as you can reach many things like friendships, tournaments, doing big things, So
absolutely.
Yeah, I had my team. They were all T2 or low T2 to be honest, and we started growing up. Like we passed 6 months to get T1. After that, I just received many offers by top teams. Like I don't know. I can't say a few because it's bad for me, but like Try It, for example, I got a request for Try It, for example. Also, I was traveling for so like I don't know 1 month, but I didn't do anything obviously because at that moment I didn't have my gaming phone. Now that I have, I'm just trying to do my best, but I mean I have to do my best with a good team. I have to. I don't like to be that guy who thinks he's better than your team. Like if I'm losing, it's because my team is losing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I try to grow up with my team and my teammates, and yeah.
Absolutely. So speaking of the game info, man, I've been seeing a lot of ads out there of which one's the best. Which one do you use?
The Red Magic 6.
Man, that's what I've been hearing, bro. That thing is like an absolute... It's literally like a PC packed into a phone. What is your favorite feature?
It has 12 gigabytes of RAM. It's like you can actually use Discord, play call mobile, speaking with your girlfriend, many things.
Hey, there we go. That's where the money's at, bro. All right.
Yeah.
So the ROG is obviously superior. I've seen a lot of people using them, a lot of the competitive players. Leads me to my next question. Do you think that a gaming phone such as the ROG Magic has an advantage over, say, an iPad, or what would you prefer if it was like open reigns, if you could choose iPad or tablet or your ROG Magic?
When I played on NA, I played totally on iPad, and I was so terrified, I was lit. And I think it's way easier to play with iPad than Red Magic. But now many people have, for example, Stamina, they just switched to iPad since the beginning of the Masters, and they saw that it's not the same. The last year iPad was completely OP than today because the Red Magic is OP. So in the past, I would say the iPad obviously, but now at Red Magic, I prefer my Red Magic instead of iPad.
That's interesting. I'm an iPad player. I'm a pretty big guy. It's so hard for me to get on those small phones, but I definitely like to give it a try on like a ROG Magic myself. But moving on to the next step, we're talking about possibilities being endless and whatnot with the right teammates. What do you guys have planned? What kind of opportunities do you have ahead of you for the stage 3 and set the stage for stage 4 potential in COD Mobile. I know that's a huge thing now that Masters are coming to a conclusion, but we have Stage 3 right around the corner. What are you guys doing to prepare on a weekly basis? What kind of practices do you have, planned? What does a normal, scheduled scrim day look like for you guys?
We play around 4 hours per day. And then after all, we just got a meeting with our coach. We just have a coach now, and he's doing his job. I think he's a good coach. He actually coaches for an Indian team. He was godlike, I think he was. So he's good. I mean, he's a good guy. And then, yeah, we try to focus not only on screens, because, I mean, sometimes the people think that if you want a screen, it's because you are better than that team. I mean, you can be lucky at that moment, or the other team could have a bad day, So we just try to focus on ourselves, like the way you feel with the team, be more human than, robotize it to just win, So we're trying to have that mentality, and now we're just trying to get more, 2 more players. Yeah. We're trying 2 more players on the team, and I think it's gonna be fun, to be honest. I don't even know who we're getting, because we have been trying to try many people. Absolutely. And now since Etso just expanded, we're trying to get more people, new players. But yeah, I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna reach stage 4.
Yeah, man, it's definitely it's not necessarily troubling, but it's a part of the game, man. As things progress, players progress, and I could assume that finding that right chemistry takes a lot of factors balancing out of each other. So I could understand how that could be. Now, we'll talk more about that later. I know obviously that's gonna be coming up this week, so I wanted to make it a focus. We'll conclude this interview on one last question. Mobile Mayhem's been a staple to this COD mobile community for a very long time. What kind of expectations do you have for this Bunker ROG eSports roster for this season? I know this is just another season. Last one was said and done, but what kind of expectations do you have for your team moving into this season?
The main expectation that we have, that I have, it's like we're gonna give all. I mean, if we're gonna face any team, we're gonna do everything to win them, to face them, and yeah, that's my main expectation. I don't think. I mean, I can believe that we're gonna win all the games, but if you don't think on your team, you don't have anything, So I think that probably we're gonna get the playoff. Yeah, the playoff. We're gonna get into the playoff. Yeah, we're gonna get into the playoff, and there we will face the top teams like Stamina, like OTN, like Nova. We're gonna face them.
There you go. Yeah. Go ahead and set that standard. Make sure everyone knows it. That expectation's been set. You can't come any less than that. Like when you set that standard, it becomes real. People start playing higher than they're expected to. They want to make it to the next round, and I'm super excited about you guys' future. I'm super excited that you had the opportunity to sit with me. I know it's late for you guys, so I won't keep you too long. You've been practicing for the past 5-6 hours, dude. I'm gonna let you get back to your night. Ragox at Ragox on Twitter, at xRagox on Twitter. Is that right?
Yeah.
There you go. Make sure you drop him a follow. By the way, drop me a follow on Twitter, guys, at MSK Verdict. Thank you again. Glad to see your beautiful face, guys. See, this is all it takes, dude. Just do the face cam. See how much better it is? How much personable it is? I enjoyed it, man. I appreciate you for doing this today, and I'm wishing you guys best of luck in both stage 3 and 4 world champs and in the regular season for the Mobile Mayhem. Hopefully you'll be able to reach that bar, guys. So, again, appreciate you, Ragox. I'm going to leave you with the last word.
Oh, man, I can't say anything less. I mean, thanks for the interview, and thanks for wishing me the best, my team.
Anytime, thanks. My guy. Looking forward to it. GG's, back to more action, guys.
Alrighty, guys, we were getting ready for our last matchup when EXE and Gallant Omniscient actually not going to happen. So we are going to see a DQ. The guys over at Gallant Omniscient, are they going to be the ones who are already in the lobby? Is that right?
What's today, the 22nd?
Okay,
Omniscient
so
versus EXE.
Yep, Gallant is going to go ahead and take those 20 points on the backs of a DQ forfeiture. EXE is a no-call, no-show. They only had 2 players show up for their scheduled time, and unfortunately, that's actually where the end of our stream is going to come through. We said at the beginning of the stream we were only going to have 2 matches, and then we magically had 3 matches, and then it was 1, and now it was 3, now it's only 2. It is a roster shuffle, aka, or also the team disbandings that have been happening recently. Just been it's been murderous to the CU competitive scene, as it has been a panic and a frenzy for the past few days. We are actually not going to be able to see this in the last series, which is very unfortunate. So far so good though. We had 2 decent matchups that I was excited for and was, wanting more from that Cold Esports roster to go to game 3. We didn't get to see that. So we're taking a look at the results now. Stamina taking 20 points on the backs of 2-0ing Cold Esports. Anarchy with the 2-1 over VusionZ. EXE going to forfeit, and Gallant going to be able to maintain those 20 points. We're taking a look at the standings now. Nova eSports in a very, very competitive first place. 80 points. Stamina right there. 75. Who we didn't get to see play today. 45 points. Anarchy on the backs of that 15-point 2-1. 30 points at a 4th place position. VusionZ 20 points. Gallant Omniscient, who had, I believe they had 30 points, are going to be docked a few points for the forfeit. Oh, I'm sorry, that was EXE. They are going to be docked 10 points. Going to be in negative territory. Gallant, who had 10 points or 0 points before, are going to be able to gain 20 points off that. BK ROG eSports at a 10 point, which, I mean, I don't even know how long that's going to be. Cold eSports still sitting at a flat 0. You know what? I don't even want to talk about that second half of the bracket. 6 to 10 really is not even going to be a factor at the moment. Gallant, obviously getting that 20 points may be something to talk about, but you know, you never know what's going to be around the corner in this EU scene, as it is just absolutely, you know,
In
ridiculous
shambles?
at this point. Yeah, it's in shambles at the moment, as that we just saw in real time. BK ROG eSports going to be docked points. They are not going to be. They're going to be at 0. So yeah, it is shambles to say the least.
Yeah, definitely a rough time for EU. While there still is a lot of really even competition, you know, you've got Nova, Stamina, Oxygen, and even I would throw Anarchy in there, or at least teams that on any given day could beat one another, even though Nova sit up at the 80-point mark, as well as Cold Esports, who obviously had their debut showing today. And obviously a very, very new roster. I mean, we had Jim in chat earlier saying that they haven't even got a chance to scrim as a team yet, and that this is their first games together. And they looked really solid in the search specifically, but as well as the hardpoint wasn't horrible considering the level of competition they were up against in Stamina. So I definitely expect in the coming weeks for Cold Esports to really be one to take off, even though they're at a couple week disadvantage, even though they're at a pretty substantial team synergy and team communication disadvantage currently. So a lot of fun stuff going on in EU. There's a lot of teams that are trying to form like essentially super teams, right? You know, trying to secure that last spot to go to Worlds. And you know, I don't blame them. I don't blame them, but you know, I also can look back at other seasons of EU and say, hey, you know, right after a big event, it's not just, you know, Worlds on the line that EU has a problem sticking together with a lot of teams. So I don't know. It'll be interesting for sure how the coming weeks go. Obviously, we've got what, Masters this weekend, or Champs this weekend?
Yep, stage 3, if I'm not mistaken, this weekend. So super excited about that. I believe that's going to start on Saturday, where you can actually catch the action live on Dei's channel. He will be watch partying. I'm not sure what time specifically, but as soon as we do, we'll put a tweet out on the tweeter for you guys to you know, get a chance to check it out on Trovo. Go ahead and give my guy.
We had a lot of fun last time.
Yeah, we did.
We had a lot of fun last time.
You did. I had fun when the opportunity came for me to
Me,
actually
the
be
chat. Yeah.
You know, I obviously just could not make it the Saturday and Sunday. It was not in my control. So
Understandable. Nobody blames you.
I blame me. I blame you know what? We're not even gonna have that conversation.
We can't blame you for having a job and putting bills first.
Bro,
You know.
The guys, I can't depend on anybody in the workforce anymore, bro. I thought I had a solid team. It went 3 months without big problems like this, and now it's going back to the same issues. I won't bore you guys with that story. Give DeiNomine a follow. We'll be live again tonight for Mobile Mayhem NA Summer 2021, which will be on his channel.
Be casting NA with me.
There we go. It'll be, imagine this scenario right here, except for Dei will be on the left side of the screen. I'll be on the right. He'll be main host, as it'll be on his channel, and I'll be supporting. And, you know, I'll be just there for the memes, guys. So come and enjoy it. And also, something's huge for next Tuesday. As soon as we conclude the broadcast, we're actually going to jump over to DeiNomine's channel for the Spawn edition of the EU scene. So we're going to have a special highlight zone for this EU scene, which I am super excited about. We won't have any special guests other than Imperium and myself. But moving forward,
for the first week.
For the first week. Yeah. For the first week, it'll just be Imperium, myself, and DeiNomine. It'll be hosted on his channel, and then from there, we'll you know, go back and forth between Imperium and myself co-hosting, as well as some special guests from the EU scene. Going to be super exciting. Going to be something different for you guys to enjoy. NA gets it. I was able to co-host one event, and bro, it was absolutely phenomenal. You don't want to miss out on that. Give Dei a follow. We'll be live again tonight. It'll be 7 p.m. Eastern time. Is that right?
8 p.m. now.
Oh, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I love it, dude. 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm not sure what that
was too many. There was too many West Coast players that were struggling to be able to make the time frame. So.
Well, hey, I can't be mad at that. West Coast is the best coast. We shall see what the rest of tonight looks like a little later on. So again, go ahead and give Day a follow on Trovo if you haven't already. Don't miss out on that action. Until next week, guys, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Stage 3 festivities this Saturday and Sunday. Be sure to follow Day so that way you can check it out on his channel as he's going to be watch partying. We are going to go ahead and get ready for a raid, none other than Turu Lily. Go ahead and show him some love. Tell him the bot verdict and DeiNomine sent you. Until then, guys, take care.